God, I shouted, I screamed, I felt her pulse, no pulse. I put my hand on her chest. It was deathly silent. My daughter was silent. I asked the doctor there. I said, doctor, what happened to my daughter? The woman looked at me and said, madam, from the way I'm saying things, is like cardiac arrest. I said, cardiac what? Whitney was 12. Hello, everybody. Good evening. My name is Blessed Nadine. The girl in question is my daughter. She's my first child. I will state everything that happened. I don't like trouble. I don't like wahala in my life. I'm an easygoing person. I don't like attention in my life. Oh, let me state what happened. February 9th was the day of their inter-house sports. That was the day they were meant to have their inter-house sports. Anybody who knows ChristLand knows that ChristLand has their inter-house sports at Agege Stadium. Last year, I was not able to go on time. My daughter was angry. She said, Mom, you did not even come on time. You did not even come and see me take part in the match past. And I was marching, I was looking for you. I said, I'm sorry. I didn't know the way. I didn't know how to find my way to Agege Stadium. But I promise you, next year, I will be there on time. This year, I tried to go there as early as possible. I was there even before the program started. I met the admin officer, I met the principal, I met part of the PTA committee, I met parents there, we greeted, I sat down. Match pass started. When the match pass started, I looked. The first house matched. I didn't see my child. Second house matched. I didn't see my child. Third house matched. I didn't see my child. I said, she's in Pines, which is greenhouse. I said, maybe she's among the Queen's entourage. Because I remember she mentioned that she's among the entourage of the Queen or King or something like that. Those ones matched. I didn't see her. I said, okay, maybe she's in the arts and crafts or home economics or IT or photography or something. Those ones all passed. I didn't see my child. I got worried. I called the school, her school bus driver. Mr. Said, please, was my child among those you brought to the stadium that I have not seen her? I've been in this stadium now for going to some 30 minutes thereabouts, and I've not seen my daughter. He said, Mommy Whitney, I brought her. She's in the stadium there. Don't worry, you will see her. I quickly left to go and do some things. I said, okay. No problem. As this time, the match past was still going on, dignitaries, parents, teachers, everybody was matching. The year 12 final year students, they were all matching. I didn't want to interrupt the match pass because parents are opposite where children are kept. As after I finished speaking with the driver, he said he brought her. I said, okay. Maybe she got hungry and had to leave and buy something outside. Because she had breakfast before leaving the house. I made sure she had breakfast. Knowing she was going for inter-house sport. And she was with money. I went to the snacks point outside. I didn't see my daughter. I said, where could this girl be? So I waited. Match past was over. I crossed to the other side. On my way there, I met a man. The man said, madam, parents are not allowed at this side. I said, I know. I just want to check on my daughter. He said, okay. I went in there and I saw some students there. And I asked a boy there, please. Meanwhile, before I got to that across, a bus sped by on high speed, zoomed. And I said, how can a bus be driving like this when children are in the stadium? But I just said that and I went on my own. So when I saw the boy, I said, please, I'm looking for Whitney. The boy said, a girl just fainted here. But they have taken her, the school bus has taken her to the hospital. I said, a girl fainted. Oh, may God give her quick recovery. Why did she faint now? Anyway, I'm looking for Whitney Adeniro. She's my daughter. The boy said, the girl that fell, her name is Whitney. I heard them calling Whitney when they were pouring her water. I said, Jesus. But it's not my own child. My daughter's name is Whitney Adeniro. And I brought out my phone. The boy said, I don't know her surname, but I know her name is Whitney. I brought out my phone and I showed the boy her picture. And he said, this is the girl that fell. I said, what? What happened to her? Why would my child fall? She hasn't done anything strenuous. She wasn't sick. She hasn't done any activity. What is going on? Why would my child faint? A man was there. The man said, Madam, Ibilo Durosi, Oshubu, Emini Modo Misilara. Meaning she was standing here. She fell. I poured water on her. I said, who took her? He said, school bus. No ambulance, no doctor, no nurse, no medical personnel, nobody. There was no emergency provision on ground in a place where you have over 500 students. In a place where you have over 100 parents. In a country where insecurity is so high. You kept our children in that field with no proper medical arrangements in case of any emergencies. When the boy said the school bus took her, I said, oh, was it my child that was in that bus that sped by? I ran out. I met a staff coming towards me. The staff said, oh, Mommy Whitney, we've been looking for you. He was so calm and casual. I said, oh, Mommy Whitney, we've been looking for you. Whitney fell. I said, yes. And then she fell. He said, oh, yeah, she fell. But don't worry, she'll be fine. We've taken her to the hospital. I said, okay, let's go to the hospital. Immediately, I picked my phone. I called my husband. My husband wasn't picking. His PA said he was in a meeting. I said, please get the phone across to him. I don't care who is having that meeting with. Even if it is the governor, go and give him the phone. It's an emergency. The guy went and gave my husband the phone. I told my husband what happened. My husband said, okay, no problem. Go to the hospital. I will make a few calls and I will meet you there myself. I'm on my way already. I asked the staff, please, where is the hospital my daughter was taken to? So let him ask the principal. We asked the principal. Principal said it was Agege Central Hospital. I said, Agege Central Hospital. She said, yes. I brought out my phone. I put it on Google Map. It wasn't showing. I put it again, Agege Central Hospital. It was not showing. What I saw was Agege Central Mosque. I said, Central Mosque, Central Hospital. Ma, it's not showing. She said, don't worry, just ask around. Go. They would tell you. We drove out of the stadium to the gates. We asked the gatesmen. We don't know. We asked, as we were driving, we were asking people, please, where's Agege Central Hospital? They said they don't know that. What they know is Agege General Hospital. And now, God, I said, ma, is it Agege General Hospital or Central? They said it is Central. That is very close to the stadium. What we couldn't locate it, don't worry, just ask around. Go. They would tell you. We drove out of the stadium to the gates. We asked the gatesmen. We don't know. We asked, as we were driving, we were asking people, please, where's Agege Central Hospital? They said they don't know that. What they know is Agege General Hospital. And now, God, I said, ma, is it Agege General Hospital or Central? They said it is Central. That is very close to the stadium. What we couldn't locate the place now, nobody we were asking knew where it was. We were not able to get it on Google Map. I told the driver, you know what? Let's go to Agege Central Mosque. It is central. Maybe if we get to the Central Mosque, somebody will be able to help us and show us where the hospital is. That was how we left. Fortunately, on our way there, before we got to the Central Mosque, we saw their school bus by the side of the road. So we automatically knew that was where she was. I jumped down from the school bus and I rushed in. Rushing in, I saw the woman that went with her, the staff that went with her. I said, madam, where is my child? What happened? What did she feel? She said, I don't know. She's in there. I went in there and I saw my daughter's corpse. The Sola did not say anything to me. I went in there and I met my daughter on her deathbed. She was already dead when I got there and I saw her. All this happened in less than 10 minutes. She was already dead. She was drenched, soaked to the skin, water was dripping. I knelt down. I called on God. I shouted. I screamed. I felt her pulse. No pulse. I put my hand on her chest. It was deathly silent. My daughter was silent. I asked the doctor there. He said, doctor, what happened to my daughter? The woman looked at me and said, madam, from the way I'm saying things, is like cardiac arrest. I said, cardiac what? Whitney was 12. She was 12 October 30th last year, 2022. How does a 12-year-old have a cardiac arrest? No pre-existing medical condition, no pre-existing heart condition. She was hale and healthy. She was not sick in any form. If she was sick, I would never allow her leave the house. If she was sick, if she had even minor headache, I would never allow her leave the house. If she was sick, I would have taken her to that school myself. But she was not sick. She was looking forward to the inter-house sport. Why was she not there? Why did my daughter die? I said, okay, even if she would die of cardiac arrest, why should one cardiac arrest kill a healthy teenager? Just one. She not get stroke. She's not in coma. She's not unconscious. She's dead. And let me state this. By the time I got there, my daughter's lips had already turned black. Her tongue was turned black. I shook her. I held her by her shirts. That picture I see where she's lying down, I held her by her clothes. I jacked her up and I threw her and my child fell. No response. I carried her on my body. She was flopping. She was flopping. I kept asking the staff that came with her, what happened to my child? What happened to Whitney Adeniro? This is my first fruit on earth. Me, Lori, oh, you are going to come like Kilo Shele, some mommy. Nobody could give me an answer. Not long afterward, the principal came. Other staff came. Even admin staff came. By then, my husband too was already on his way. By the time my husband got there, my husband did not even come with the mind of, because I didn't tell him. He was driving. I didn't tell him anything. I just said, just start coming. He said, have you seen her? I said, I've seen her. Just come. When he got there, he parked his car. He didn't even put it off because his mind was, okay, let me go in and pick my child. And let me state, my child was not taken to a hospital. She was taken to an immunization center. But that is not even my pain. My pain is there was no proper first aid management. There was no proper management. There was nothing that was done for her. She was brought to the hospital dead because when her medical reports came in, it said dead on arrival. That was what her medical report said. When my husband came, he went in straight to where she was to pick his child and go to another hospital. He came in and met her dead. He screamed, shouted, Desola! That is, yes, stand up. What is happening to my child? My husband knelt down, crying, begging doctor, please help me. This is my first child. Imagine, joy, me. I cried. I begged them. I will sell everything I have for my child to be alive. The woman looked at me and said, Madam, it is too late. Nothing can be done. She's gone. I've been asking ChristLand, what happened to my child? Nobody's telling me anything. Since on Thursday, what happened? Nobody, I'm just hearing different stories. They were at my house yesterday. I told them, I knelt down. I said, please, Mas, you are mothers like me. For the sake of God, tell me what happened. I don't want to have to open up my child for autopsy. Let me bury this girl in peace and let it go. Please tell me what happened to my child. They are not saying anything to me. They are saying, oh, she's slumped. Oh, she's slumped. Oh, she's slumped. How? Parents are calling me, oh, Mommy Whitney will sympathize with you. Somebody said, oh, I learned from the school authorities she was a sickly child. I said, my child sickly? My own child sickly? That is not true. I'm not an irresponsible woman. I'm not an irresponsible parent. Me and my husband, we place our children as priority. If my child complained of even a slight headache, she would never have gone to that school that day. She would not have gone. I would take her to the hospital immediately. Melo money, how many I get? How many I get? So I go take one, they play. How many? ChristLand up to this moment is not telling me anything. They're telling me, Kadara, go and bury her. Kadara, how do I accept Kadara that my first fruit, my 12-year-old, is late, is dead, out of carelessness? There was no ambulance. There was no medical doctor on ground. There was no trained personnel. Why was she drenched in water? Who poured water on her? What happened? Nobody is telling me anything. They're protecting their school integrity. I'm seeing some comments that is breaking my heart, but I will not curse you. I will pray for you, and I will say, the pain I'm going through, may you never experience it. This pain I'm going through, may you never. I don't have an enemy in this world, but I will not wish on my worst enemy. I pray no mother has to go through what I'm going through. IG police, if you are a father, come to my rescue. Last my daughter's body is in your mortuary. ChristLand, what happened to Desola Adeniro? You people will answer me. No matter what it takes. If it takes my last blood, you will answer me. You will tell me what happened to my daughter. If it is the last night before I die, you will tell me what happened to Bisola. You will tell me what happened to my daughter. All this your story of she slumped is a lie. I don't agree. You see when I do my picking. Tunde head nuts. Oba! Oba, come to my rescue. What's it, Mama me? Oh, this love I want it for mother me. Lord, ever shall remain your mother. If you are a mother in this world, because I'm on my knees and you cannot, you're because beating me. Oh, I'm not asking for a protest. No, all I want is answers. I want to bury my child in peace. I need closure. I need closure to bury my 12-year-old. And the closure I want is answers. Finish. That's all I want. All I want is answers. Anybody that has answers, please. If you're a mother in ChristLand High or baby, help me ask your children what happened. Equally, I'm on my knees. If you're a mother and your child was at that stadium on the 9th Agege Stadium, help me ask your child what they know. I'm on my knees, I'm pleading, I'm begging. Please help me. If you have a child in ChristLand High, your niece, your nephew, you are a guardian, anybody, and they can tell you truthfully what happened to Omodesola Whitney Adeniro, my first child, please help me. I just want closure. I am not asking for a protest. I'm not interested. I'm not asking for a protest. All I want is my child. All I want is for me to bury her in peace. I've already bought caskets. I don't agree. I don't buy casket. No problem. They say I'm not going to use my hand bury my pikin, but I'm going to use my hand bury my pikin. They say that she go bury me. But I'm not the one burying her. There is no problem. But can ChristLand tell me why a child that was hale and healthy and went to their care came back to me dead? That is all I ask for. Thank you.